I'm Athena Critiques, and today I'm going to be exploring Monster High Volume 2 and the Webisodes. So first of all, we have episode 1, which is Screen Building. I'm really enjoying all of the punny titles, so it's really exciting. So they have an updated theme song and also an updated visuals to go along with that. I enjoyed both the original and this new version, but actually when I think about Monster High, this is the version I always come back to. I think it's more prominent within the movies as well. So on the Fear Squad at this point of time is Frankie, Toralei, Meowdy, Persephone, Scara, the Lilac Cat Girl, Cleo, and Iris. I'm not really sure what happened to Draculaura and Claudine for them not to be in the Fear Squad at this point. It's not really explained. Obviously because we have seen them on the Fear Squad before this point of time. Also, this Heath being like so persistent is so icky. Like, Draculaura, do not let this creep pester his way into your heart or your DMs, girly. You deserve way better. Claude. So we introduce the three main cats, Toralei, Persephone, and Meowdy here. I love like the music that goes along with like Toralei. It's very distinctive. Like, you know who's going to be on screen when that particular soundtrack starts playing up. There's something about it that just really matches the character. It's very like sly. It just feels very conniving and like, ooh, what's she up to? It's very antagonist, but in a kind of like cutesy way. Also, how is Frankie still classified as the new girl? Like, she's been there for a while now. We're on volume 2, folks. And Cleo's yet again holding tryouts, and at least we now know why, for sure, her overbearing attitude. I mean, I love Cleo, but I would definitely not want to be on her team. Also, I noticed in episode 2, Why We Fright, there seems to be a shift in the tone and the pacing of the webisodes. Until this point, my gripe with them is that they were very like short and fast paced, and they never really seemed to follow that directly on from each other. Of course there were like consistencies throughout, but there was never like quite such a good cohesion, whereas now in volume 2 the direct follow on from like each episode is much more prominent and it flows much better. Also, Heath darling, if you have to ask a girl out 7 times before she says yes, then she's only said yes because she is either afraid of you, because she doesn't know what else to say and just wants to get it over with, or mainly, because you've pressured her. And now I personally would not love that to be the dynamic of my relationship, personally. Thank you. I know this is a low-key, like quite a humorous scene, but babe, take the hint. It's just like the over persistence and like the idea that like you're owed something, like a lot of men have this kind of, not even just men, but like a lot of people have this kind of like, oh, you like, I deserve this, I deserve your attention, you need to give it to me sort of thing. And the line that Draculaura said, like, oh, he wore me down, I'm not proud. Right, okay. But on the other hand, we are finally having some Draculaura and Claude scenes. I love them so much. Aside from like Cleo and Juice, Draculaura and Claude are just like, oh, perfect couple. So Claudine is obviously being a loyal cutie as always. You know what, like I've probably said this before, but like on this whole like rewatch of Monster High, Claudine is really winning over my heart again. Like, I didn't realise how much I liked her character before, but she's coming back. Draculaura is like agreeing almost immediately to like, she's kind of naive, like when like asked to help or anything, to like change her mind on anything, she genuinely like rolls over quite quickly. And like, I know it kind of fits in with her character. She's just kind of like, but like she's not always like that. Like she can put her foot down sometimes, and like I hope to see her do more of that. So I noticed in episode 3, Fear Amid Power, that the episodes feel a lot longer. I don't know necessarily how different they are in length, but it just feels more like a story, rather than something that they're just creating episodes for to market these doll lines. It feels like it's really coming into its own. By the way, speaking of dolls, I'm gonna get paid next month. So I think I might have to sneakily grab like a new Dracula doll or something. But I really don't want the Gen 3 ones, so I'm going to see if I can snag myself a Gen 1 somewhere. I was thinking Smith still does like operetta, maybe also Toralei, so we'll see. These are Crew Productions, by the way. Anyway, so awful places for them to choose to like do their fear leading practice. Like the only one that they chose, which was good, was doing it for like the basketball team. I also really like the idea of like Claude playing the basketball game. Like I've never said that. And Dracula just like cheering him on with the fear leader. That'd be so adorable. And Claude was being so chivalrous, saving Dracula from Heath being a massive weirdo. Also, why is Heath being such like a douche to Dracula? Like, babe, get over yourself, you know. And I'm glad that Claude got rid of her. I'm sorry, not her. I'm glad that Claude got rid of Heath for her. But it just kind of sucks that it had to be him that caused Heath to like back off. Like, why can't you just let like a girl say no and then you go, oh, okay, and then you just take that? Why does it have to be a man says no and you're like, oh, okay, you know? Like, listen to women, you know, they made you, they carried you. Heath, you were born because a woman carried you for all those months and then you out, you know? Like, they deserve respect and you deserve no respect. Also, there's finally some proper antagonists and the tension lasts longer than like a second. So in episode 4, Beast Friends, I feel like Claude could have made it more obvious that him and Dracula were just like going as like buddies, you know, to the dance together. But then again, it'd be kind of awkward. Like, oh hey, do you want to go out with me? But just as like homies. Like, cause then that's presuming that she wants to date you, which, like, he might have already known that, but then why would you get her hopes up by asking her out? Like, maybe he was trying to save her from Heath and, like, be all cool and, like, give her, like, a shoulder to cry on kind of thing, but, like, I don't know, like, at some level you've got to want to go out with her to ask her out, you know? Also, I've always found it weird when, like, characters, like, monologue, like, they just say their thoughts out loud and they just expect nobody to hear them or, like, question it. And, like, especially, you know, when they're, like, scheming or anything, like, why do you think no one's gonna hear you? But, like, in this context, it's just, like, that's, like, so awkward. Like, why would I just be sat outside, like, with all these people around me and, sorry, battery running low, why would I just be sat outside with all these people around me and just start saying, oh, my head hurts. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Like, you have thoughts for a reason. Keep them inside. Also, I'm really enjoying the, like, sound effects in the music. In episode 5, Varsity Boo's Juice is finally talking more. I don't know what happened, but volume 1 was just a lot of him stood there going. And, like, yeah, that'll still be happening, but at least he's got a few lines now. Also, Dracula cannot hide a single emotion, a single thought. She is just so easy to read and, like, she just reacts, like, sheerly out of her, like, what her emotions are doing. And it's sort of a good trait because, you know, like, you're not hiding anything, you're not, like, two-faced, you just, like, wear your heart on your sleeve, but it also can definitely be a weakness and a lot of people can exploit it, which isn't great. In episode 6, Gloomsday, Cleo's crying is, like, for some reason just hilarious. Like, it's awful. Also, how does Frankie know about the Fear Squad having that wild card thing that could, like, let them get into the summer camp? And that Cleo doesn't. Like, Cleo's literally been, like, working her butt off to, like, get to the fear leading camp. So surely she would know about this, like, opportunity, like, way before any of them does. But, like, Frankie's, like, new still. And, like, how does she already know this more than Cleo? Or did Cleo just, like, not mention it for some reason? Also, I love how they uploaded their video and, like, immediately it had 1 view. Like, immediately. Like, how's anybody finding that video so quickly? Like, if I just uploaded, like, this video and it immediately got 1 view, I'd be like, alright, who's stalking my account? In episode 7, Falling Spirits, like, completely rip at, like, the 6th views that they got on that video. It is realistic though, so we love to see it, I guess. But like, they know a lot of people, like they're friends with a lot of people, like surely they could ask it and like spread it around to like watch it and like boost their views so they could like get more of a chance. Like maybe their boyfriends, maybe their club members in the clubs that they're part of, you know, maybe their families. But there's only 6 views, like have they literally told no one? Also the speed at which, like the sheer speed at which they went from having like double digits, like it was like 21 views like a few minutes later, and then like with just like a few people starting to like share, like within, I don't even know how long it was, like seconds, minutes, something like that, they had like 1 million views. Like, how did that happen so quickly? Like, I know you're sharing it, but like, how? Like, you're telling me like basically 1 million people just like in a few minutes all like watched it at once. It's just, I know it's for dramatic effect because the time almost ran out, and there was that whole scene where it was like, oh my god, are we going to get it? And then they did, you know, and they were like, oh, yippee. But like, you know, like, a bit unrealistic. Wow, this children's show about monsters is unrealistic. How dare they? In episode 8, Fatal Error, he's finally had like one scene where I didn't hit the living daylights out of him, which was when he was like trying to look and like get in on the action. He was like running with that chair so he could like stand on it so that he could see like the girls like trying to get like all the views and stuff, and he was like, oh, I don't care. But then he's like, ooh, let me see. Like, it was kind of funny, I'll give him that. But like, it's not because he was funny, it's because the writers made it funny. Okay, I'm not a he sympathizer. Also, I really like Cleo's like motivational speech. It shows that there are like many sides to her and like fleshes her more out as a character. So I quite liked seeing that to her. Also, Headmistress Bloodgood found out about their acceptance to the Feeliding camp thing, like, immediately. She was like, immediately, congratulations. Like, how did you find out so quickly? Were you, like, monitoring their activity? It's not like Scary Murphy would have, like, reached out to Headmistress Bloodgood and been like, oh, like, immediately, and been like, oh, your girls have been selected as a wild card. Like, it would not have worked that quickly, come on. Also, I found this bit of dialogue really strange. So, Laguna goes, like, congrats, Skills, I'm so happy for you. Awful Australian accent. I don't even have any words, I'm sorry. And then Frankie goes, you're so nice. Like, what kind of response is that? Like, somebody saying congratulations and you're like, oh, you're so nice. Like, just say thank you. I know you haven't been alive like a year. We don't know. We don't know how long she's been alive at this point. But I know you haven't been that long. So, but like still, like, you know how to respond to people, you know how to carry out a conversation. It just felt like a really weird tone thing. It felt like she was almost being sarcastic, but then I don't think Frankie's like ever been sarcastic ever. But with time comes the teenage rebellious angst, so we'll see. Also, I love how she didn't really do anything the entire time. Like, Laguna is just kind of like there. She doesn't really do much. She just kind of stands there and goes, okay, I hope this works out for you. Am I going to do anything? Really, but I'll just kind of stand here and support you. But it was just so weird, like, just going back to it, circling back. It's like her tone, I don't know why I found it so strange, but I just did. I'm gonna stop yapping about that now. Also, speaking of Laguna, how did they not know that she went to Gloom Beach like every year? Did that never come up before? Like, I don't know exactly how long Laguna's been there, but like, she's been there longer than Frankie at least, so it's got to be like at least a year, right? So they just never asked her, or she never told them that she went to Gloom Beach. So is this the first time that Cleo's tried to get her Feeliding squad to the camp? Like, if it was the first time, then she wouldn't have been captain like last year. So like, when exactly did this happen? Like, has she been trying longer than this? Also, another pet peeve of mine is when somebody goes like, on 3, or let's do this chant, and then they just expect everybody to know what they're gonna say. Like, you just can't go around being like, on 3 everybody, and then expect everyone to know exactly what you want them to shout. You know, like, it's completely random. It's like, you know, when on these like musical-ish like movies or whatever, where they just like burst into spontaneous song and dance, and it's like, when have you ever practice for this moment? Like, you just randomly start doing it and everybody starts doing it with you, like they know what they're doing. And I know, like, it's it's meant to be like that, but it's just unrealistic. It's unrealistic. I'm not for it. But yeah, they did supposedly know what she was going to shout, so it kind of worked out. Also, I've just remembered there are 36 webisodes in this volume, so I'm probably going to split this into like multiple parts. Anyway, in episode 9, Screech to the Beach, Draculaura is bringing like so many shoes, like bags of shoes. Like, she doesn't wear the same damn pair every single day of her life. Like, I said this in a different video, but like, you know, you're telling me there's big fashionistas that just wear the same outfit and the same shoes all the time. Like, make it make sense. I also really like seeing like all of their like kind of daydreams and like dreams kind of thing. I really like Draculaura. It's such a mood. And also Frankie calling Gloom Beach beautiful. Are we looking at the same thing, darling? Like, that's fucking the most grey thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's no life in it, but then I guess they are monsters, so maybe they have a different definition of beautiful than I. But I'm just saying, if I went to the beach and I saw water that looked like that, I am not getting anywhere near looking radioactive up in here. Also, why was Heath on the bus with them? That was like really random. I would have thought that bus would just be for like the cheerleading squad, no? But like, Heath was just there, and even if it wasn't just for them, like, why is he travelling with them? It's just a bit random. Like, I don't think Laguna was. So, like, could he not find his own way to Gloom Beach or something? And why is he there anyway? So anybody could just, like, go to Gloom Beach. So, like, I don't really see what's so special about it. So in episode 10, Witch Trials, when Scary Murphy was, like, telling them, like, what to do and, like, meeting with them for the first time, she, like, goes around insulting all the girls for, like, no reason. Like, she says to Draculaura, like, your attitude, awful. Like, she hasn't even done or said anything. You literally just walked into the room, walked up to this random girl, and when you have an awful attitude, like, maybe your attitude is awful. Have you thought of that? Also, I don't even know what type of monster Scary Murphy's supposed to be. Like, she's literally just this floating head in, like, a bubble or, like, a globe. Okay, so apparently Scary Murphy is just like a witch, which is kind of anticlimactic. Like, I don't know, I was expecting a big reveal or something. Also, how she says to the girls that they're not much to look at. Sweetie, have you looked in the mirror? Also, these girls are, like, probably the prettiest in the school. Like, what are you talking about? Are you dumb? Are you dumb, sweetie? Also, I know I was literally just complaining about them having the same outfit all the time, but their swimming costumes, beautiful, magnificent. I love it. Draculaura's in particular, can you tell who's my favourite? But they all look great. They do. Also, why is the staff just floating in a stone circle in the woods? Anybody could just grab it. Like, Toralei there, you think that she wouldn't just, like, grab the staff and go? Like, I don't understand why they have so much trust in all these people. Like, there are so many people now, apparently, at Gloom Beach, and all these cheerleading squads, right, that are practicing in order to, like, win the staff and everything, and you're just gonna leave it floating some random place? Like, do you not have any protective measures in order? Also, how Toralei is like, you just made some powerful enemies. And it's like, there are like 3 of you, 2 of which like don't really do anything. They just kind of follow you around whilst you get, you know. Cleo has way more friends, way more people behind her. Like, even just on Gloom Beach right now, there are way more people that could like outwit you or outpower you. Like, however you see it, like, you are not powerful enemies. You are not. I actually really liked Toralei, like, when I was younger, but kind of rewatching her, I'm like, wow, she's not even really that cool. I mean, I kind of like her character design. Like, I prefer it in the movies, but even still, like, she kind of looks cool, and obviously I like the music that goes along with her character, but I don't know, she's just kind of like, she's not even a great antagonist. Sorry, I'm spreading some Toralei hate, don't come for me. Also, the way that they call themselves kitties is kind of icky. Like, I know they're kind of werecats and everything, but, like, are you just going around calling yourself a kitty? Like, that's embarrassing. Also, in episode 11, Don't Cheer the Reaper, who are Frankie's mum and dad? Like, she said she was sending, like, videos and everything to her mum and dad. Like, I didn't even know she had a mum. I just thought there was some guy that just made her, and they were like, okay, let's call it a day. Like, what is that about? Also, why does the Vampire Academy look exactly the same? Like, they're genuinely, like, carbon copies of each other. Like, what happened? Was it just some one chick and then they decided to, like, doppelganger her up. Like, what? And is Draculaura not sensitive to sunlight? Like, generally in, like, vampire lore, like, vampires, like, get burnt by the sunlight, right? Vampires don't seem to really have that kind of thing in Monster High. Like, Draculaura sometimes has, like, a parasol, like an umbrella kind of thing, but she doesn't always, you know, and she's, like, sitting directly under sunlight. She's walking in sunlight. She's, like, even when they're in school, like, she's walking past windows that may not have, like, UV protection. So, like, I guess they just aren't really affected. Maybe they just, like, they just don't like it. Maybe it just, like, burns them easily. I don't really know. I think it's because, like, you know, kids film and everything, but still. Also, I don't understand why they keep letting Toralei in, like, or just, like, even letting her talk to them, because Toralei is, like, told them, like, multiple times that she's, like, an enemy. She's like, oh, you've made some powerful enemies, right? And, like, they know that she's a bad person. They know that she can't be trusted. So, like, they just let her into where they're, like, currently, like, staying. You know, like, where they were planning, like, all of their routines for the fear leading competition. So, like, obviously she's gonna try to mess it up because that's what she does. That's what she wants, and you know that. Also, Frankie, I know you're quite young, but you have to be an absolute idiot to give Toralei, who's declared war on you, your thumb drive full of the evidence of everything that you've been working so hard for, and the only thing that's gonna get you that winning spot, and you just give it to her. Obviously she's gonna ruin it. I'm actually going insane, I fear. Frankie, you've pushed me over the edge. Also, the Vampire Academy girls are just really creepy. Like, they're super creepy. Every time they're on screen, I'm like, bombastic photo. Okay, so that's it for part 1. I'll be discussing Monster, Machinals, and etc. in part 2. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Mwah!